Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to make a paperbag folio using index cards, and I saw this on Pink Strawberry's channel. Thought it was a cute little project, so that's what we're going to make today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you like my video, I just ask that you give me a thumbs up and check out my other ones. So this is just a lunch sack from the Dollar Tree, and it measures about 10 and 3/4, I think, by about 5 1/8. So what we're going to do is this part down here where this crease is, we're going to fold this up, and we're going to fold it over again, and then we're going to fold this section over. We're going to have a nice little compact folio. Then open it back up, and this part here that folds over is about 1 inch, just under 1 inch maybe. But we're going to kind of even this up as good as we can and just crease this down. And then we can do that on all of our folds. We can kind of just make sure our bag is as even as possible. Crease it down. Okay. Then on this part here, we're just going to glue this shut. If you wanted to leave this as a little tuck to put some little small thing in there, you could just glue the two sides, but you have to make sure it doesn't interfere with you folding over your bag. So we'll go ahead and glue this. And we'll go down to this end. Now, if this is raggedy looking and you don't like it, you can trim the edges off. Once it's folded over, you have some of this stuff that peeks out a little bit, and you can just trim that off. And if it doesn't bother you, you don't have to trim any. Just straighten that up there a little bit so it looks a little neater. And then we'll go inside this flap and glue these down. Because we don't want this flap open. So we can just glue these shut. And right down under here, we can glue this. Don't glue this part right here because you don't want to glue it. You don't want to glue it down. And then we can go in under here and just glue this part down. You can, or you don't have to, but it would probably be a little bit better for your flap. And then this will fold over, and we'll just glue this end and this end, and we're going to have like a little tuck pocket there. Okay? And before we do anything else, we're going to go down here and we're going to cut this edge off of the bottom flap, because we're going to use this as a pocket. So we just have to open this up a little bit. And then whatever of these flaps are open like this, we can just glue them down. You don't want to glue any of this. You want this to be open. But this stuff here we can glue down. If you haven't checked out Pink Strawberry's channel, go over and check out her channel. She makes the cutest little projects. I really like watching her. And we'll just glue them, but we'll make sure that this stays open so we can go in there as a pocket. Okay, so that's what we're doing there. And then you can glue these down. We're going to have most of this covered. We're going to use our index cards as like backgrounds. Okay, now we can fold that up again. Check one more time, make sure it's not glued shut. When I have an opening down there that I probably want to glue down. Got some of it, but I guess I didn't get all of it. And I'll just have to make sure that I get all of it wiped up. I think that's good now. You could probably even glue these down if you wanted to. Okay. I think we're done fiddling with that now. No, I think I missed some. It's hard to see down in the bag when you're just looking in the bottom of it. Come on, glue. Now I think we got it. Okay. Now, let me see. This is going to fold over this way, and then this is going to fold over, and this is going to be our top, our front page or our cover, whatever you might want to call it. So I went ahead and inked everything. Now what she did, that's not the first one that I need. This is the first one that I need. What she did was she inked around the edges on her index card. And that's just, you know, to kind of get rid of all of the white. You could do it in whatever color you wanted to. And then she used a tag, and then she used a piece of paper to make a little pocket. So I followed pretty much what she did. I might have changed a little tiny bit of it, but you can do that when you're doing something that you've seen on somebody else's video. Change it to the way you want it to look like, because that's the fun of it. So I'm going to glue this down. No, wait a minute, I'm going to glue this down first. I should not get ahead of myself, right? So let me just put a little paper clip down here to hold this shut for a second. I have these all marked so I know where they go. And it's not going to show up, so it doesn't matter. Okay, then I'm going to glue this down. Looks like maybe I ought to highlight that spot right there just a little bit more, and I just went over it with my little dabber jobby. Now you don't have to do the tags as your backgrounds. I didn't on everything. But you don't have to do your tags as the background. You can just do paper. If you don't want to use index cards and you just want to cover your sections with paper, you can do that also. I just thought the way that she did it with the tag just really looked cute. I don't have that on there like it's supposed to be. It was kind of cockeyed. Sometimes I don't always get it real straight, and I don't know it until after it's down and done. Sometimes it's hard to sit and look at it from the side and know if it looks right. But I'm not going to change it again. We'll just leave it like that. Now when I put my pocket down, I'm going to come up just a little tiny bit from the bottom. And I'm only going to glue 3 sides. And I think maybe I want my little spot right there. I like that. Going to glue around the sides and across the bottom. Hopefully I don't put too much glue on it. Oops, oops, oops. And then I'm going to just have these little stamps as little tags to go in the pockets, little writing space, but you can still write on them. And I thought they were cute. And then up here on the top, I'm just going to put this little guy down. This little butterfly. So I figured the butterflies would all go together. And he is a different color, but doesn't matter, because not everything in nature is the same color. So try to use my art glitter glue so I don't over glue him. And then I'm just going to stick him right there. He's kind of right at the top, and that's okay. And before I forget to put his antennas on, I'll go ahead and put a little antenna. And maybe I have a couple little gems. I forgot to set gems aside for him. So let's see what we have. We have a green one. We have a couple green ones. We have some blue ones. Oh, the blue will look good on there. We'll do blue. See, I don't think I want all 4 of them. I only want 3. So we'll just go ahead and put these down there. Okay, so that is our cover. Now we're going to open it up. Well, let me see how our tag fits in here. Have this on a lightweight card base. And that'll just fit in there with a little tiny bit of it showing, and that'll be good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and leave that in there. Now, we're going to put this down here. Now I have this piece of paper that has the butterflies and dragonflies on it, and that's going to go on here. And then I'm going to put this little pocket here, and then we're going to have a tag in there also. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. So of course I have my tags, my index cards and all of that stuff already inked. This doesn't look very dark down here at the bottom either. I'll just go over this a little bit more. I'm not going to do too much decorating on any of this stuff. It's just going to have little tags where they're needed. And made sure that there was a border around the outside. Guess I better close this glue up or it won't work. And then we'll put this little pocket on. Now my pockets I made go out all the way to the end of the, maybe I'll leave that up a little bit too. Made them go from edge to edge on the index card because they have to be a little bit bigger for the tag to go into. And this tag has like a little dove on it. It's kind of a muted picture. I think it looks pretty cool. And then where these was, I just went ahead and inked them. I don't know if I'll put anything on them or not. We'll have to wait and see on that. And on this one, we're just going to have our index card and this piece of paper. Now you could add like a little notepad. I thought about adding a little notepad to this, and then I didn't, but this can be journaled on. But I'll have to see. Maybe I'll just go ahead and glue a little notepad where it can be lifted up and put back down. But right now we'll go ahead and glue this down. I like to add little notepads into stuff. I always have to have space for writing. I always have scraps of paper laying around, and they make good notepads. And just make sure that you're not going over your folds. And then I'm just going to glue this down all the way. Okay. Then we're going to move on to this one. And on this, we're going to glue this index card down. So I don't even know if I asked. Everyone doing okay today? Hopefully everyone is getting a lot of crafting done, having fun in the craft room. I need to straighten up my craft room because it's getting out of hand again. But that's like a never-ending battle. And then this is just going to sit in here, and then my flap is going to go over it. Now before I glue the flap down, I'm going to lay it out. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see, make sure it's going the right way. Yes. On the outside, I rounded the corners. So we're just going to lay it down. And I'm going to glue this on here. And that'll just cover our little flap. Now I gotta turn it back around so I know. Make sure it's going the right way. So I can't lay it like that. Thought I could, but it'd be my luck, I would put it on upside down. And there's another little butterfly on there. Okay, so now we can just put some glue on the top and glue on the bottom. Fold these over and just hold them for a second. And then we're going to put this little tag in here. That's kind of thick, so. And if you wanted to make it just a little where there wasn't so much bulk, you could cut off the underneath of that flap also. and then just have the top layer. So I think that'll be okay for right now. And let me see, that'll fold like that. So now we're at this part. And on here, we're going to have a pocket that comes in here from the outside. So I already put my thumb notch in it. Yeah, so I'm just going to do my top and bottom. And we're going to have that side open. So we still have that open. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with the tag again. Now I trimmed this out around that notch so it would sit all right, because it hung over a little tiny bit. And then I'm just going to have this here, and I don't think I got a little tag for this part, so I'll have to also get a little tag for here. So we're just going to glue this down. Hopefully I'm on the camera where I belong. I hope I haven't been off of the camera all this time. I generally try to pay attention and move it up, but I guess if it's off of the camera too much, I just won't show this video. And then we're going to put this little pocket, and let me see, do I want that? Might as well. Okay, we'll just glue our sides and our bottom. Maybe I can find some more of them little stamps to put in the pocket. I'll leave that up a little bit. So this one is over a little farther because I didn't want to cut into this too much. So that's why more of this is showing on this side. Otherwise it would have been moved over farther, but I didn't want it to cut clear into there. All right, now for our tag that's going in there, it's just going to be another one of these tags. And since we have light pink flowers, I just did a light pink tab. And I'm just going to glue that onto the side of it. And we have butterflies again. So we'll just have a tab on here so we know that there's a tag in there. And then that'll just go. Guess I had a little bit of glue from that pocket. One thing nice about Fabri-Tac, you can kind of move the glue off of whatever it's on. So there we have that in there. And then on the back, I'm just going to cover it. And these index cards are just the, oh, what are they? 3x4 or something. Yeah, 3x5. And then we're just going to put this on here. So, of course, you can journal on this. Okay, so let me go off and see if I can find, what am I finding? Have to have a couple little tags for here and maybe a notepad for here. So we'll be right back. Okay, so I found these. So I think what I'm going to do is put one of the bigger ones, just kind of tip them in there or something, with one of the smaller ones. And just have it kind of kitty corner in there and something like that in there. So, and then I have there's just 6 little pieces of paper here. It was the end off of a little paper pad. So I just cut it so there's a little bit of border around the outside. And then this was a cut off from one of these tags. Might have been this end one. So I'm just going to glue that on top. Just put this on here to cover up the staples and to give it a little header. And then I'm just going to glue it just so it doesn't completely cover that flower up there. And we'll just put a little glue on and glue it down. We can leave it like that. Nothing saying it has to be at the top. Okay. So when you put this card in, you might want to make sure that it's pushed in far enough so you don't bend your little tab. Okay. Then, to tie it shut with, I have some of this eyelash yarn, and I just thought, because there's green in it, it's not the same green, but I think it's good enough. And this piece was already cut off, so I thought I would just use this piece. I thought about wrapping it around a couple of times, but then I think it might be too short. Let's try it. So we'll just leave that out there some. Oh, it might not be too short. Okay. This stuff's kind of hard to tie sometimes. Especially when your fingers aren't as limber as what they used to be. So we'll leave it like that. So that's going to be our tie on it. And let me put this over my glue. We just seen it all we just seen the whole thing, but we'll look through real quick. So we have our front cover and our little tags. And we have this tag. And we have these two little tags plus this tag. Oh yes, and I can't forget this tag. I forgot it. There's a lot of journaling space there. This says today's thoughts and date. Okay, now that the video is over, it doesn't want to go back in there. I think I might still have some loose paper bag in there I might have to look at. And then we open it up and we have our little notepad, and then you can journal under here also. And we have our little tuck here. And all of these papers are light enough that you can write on them. So I already showed you this with our little tag, and then we have our back. So that is our video for today. And then we'll just wrap this back around here, but I'm not going to tie it right now. That's our video for today. So if you liked it, I just ask that you give me a thumbs up and check out my other videos. Let me know down in the comments what you think. And until my next video, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful day and happy crafting. Bye for now.